I enjoy doing rambles like this. I know I've been super inconsistent. I've had midterms and I've had just like intramurals going on. I just haven't had lots of time to make sit down and properly make a video. I've tried to make a couple of videos. One of them, the audio didn't work, and then the second one, the idea just it felt rushed, and the last thing I wanted to do is rush something and just put it out there just for just for content's sake. And that's how I felt with my Spanish one. I was like, man, I didn't really feel confident in that one, and but yeah, so I just thought I'd do a Star Wars ramble today. Let's talk Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I grew up on Star Wars. I grew up watching the originals and the prequels. Unfortunately, I did see the sequels, even though they do have some good parts in it, like the cinematography, like it's shot very beautifully. It's just not, they're just not Star Wars, really. Yeah, anyways, let's get into the originals. I recently just watched A New Hope. I was feeling kind of down. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put on A New Hope. I'm starting to like get happy now just thinking about it. Like, I love that movie so much. Like, that movie, I loved all three of those movies so much. Getting kind of choked up. Yeah, A New Hope. It's like a perfect film. Like, especially now that I'm older and I can really understand like how important that movie is. Like with Obi-Wan and like how he's completing his journey of meeting Luke and introducing him to the ways of the Force and the ways of the Jedi, and getting him to his sister. We didn't know at the time, but his sister, Princess Leia, and how his timeline is complete. He's done. Like that's why he kind of gives himself up, because although I thought, why would he do that when I was younger? Now I realize he did it because he won. He beat Vader. He beat Anakin. He did what they did not want to happen, and that was reunite the two of them to now work together. And now Luke knows how to train through the Force. He knows about, in the next movie, he's going to learn about going to Dagobah, meeting Yoda, and really training in the Force. But man, once the ball gets rolling, that he's the chosen one. Now you can say Anakin's the chosen one. He's not. He does kill the Emperor. So, but he's not the chosen one because he's just not. Otherwise, he wouldn't have turned. So, but yeah, A New Hope, amazing film. I really liked it. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, it's A New Hope. It literally is like, it's the rebellion's back. They're back. Like, the Empire has a real threat now, and it really starts with Rogue One. That's when it really starts, and before, there's all that stuff before, but like the Bad Batch and the Mandalorian's after, but like the Bad Batch, and you have Star Wars Rebels, even Andor, like all that stuff's going on before. So pretty cool how like it's A New Hope. Obviously we didn't know about Andor and all those guys before, but and then that movie goes into arguably the greatest Star Wars film of all time. My second favorite. You'll find out what my first one is. My second favorite Star Wars film, Empire Strikes Back. Empire is amazing. I know I was just glazing A New Hope, but Empire is, because what you see is Luke training to become the Master Jedi. And he's getting taught by who? Yoda, one of the greatest Jedis to walk the galaxy. If you hear any banging above me, someone upstairs is moving chairs up there, so if that picks up, I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, he goes and he trains, and is one of the greatest battles in Star Wars that we see. I'm gonna put Kashyyyk up there. I'm gonna put Geonosis up there. I'm gonna put Rogue One definitely up there. Rogue One might be number one. Actually, no. Battle of Hoth is so cool. When growing up, I said if I could be in one battle, it'd be the Battle of Hoth. I love the cold, even though it's super hot where I'm at right now, but I love the cold definitely a lot, and I think that battle is just, and even like playing it in the Lego video games, it's like, whoa, like, yeah, like, so cool. But yeah, then you go to Cloud City, and well, before that, you go to the wormhole, and you almost get eaten by that worm. And then you go to Cloud City, and you meet Lando, and I love Lando so much. He's like, especially in Solo, like how they did him in Solo, which, side note, I don't know why that movie got so much hate. I like, that was a great side story that we got, and people just destroyed it, and they could have set it up for a part 2. And maybe they do come back with a part 2, Darth Maul, I forget her name, but it got overhated, and for what? I didn't understand why it got so much hate, but it did, so that sucked. But it's a great movie, so great Star Wars spin-off. Majority of the spin-offs are good. TV shows, hit or miss. But back to Empire, and then Han Solo. Okay, if you haven't seen Star Wars by now and you're watching this video, and I know I've talked to a lot of chicks, even a couple of dudes who have never seen Star Wars, and I go, are you American? I don't know, I don't get it. I really don't get it, because it's everywhere. Like, you can't not, like, especially now, you can't not know what Star Wars is. New Andor season coming out, Mandalorian, is so popular. Baby, Grogu. I don't know, it's a talking point with the ladies, like, you want to come over and watch Star Wars, but I don't know, I feel like you have to at least seen one, so, if you haven't seen it, spoilers are alert ahead. Basically, I've already spoiled a lot, but Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite and sold to Jabba the Hutt because he owes Jabba the Hutt loads of credits, and the second best bounty hunter shows up, Boba Fett. The first best is Cad Bane. Cad Bane's the best bounty hunter. I don't care what anyone says. Actually, I do kind of care to see what your opinions are. Dengar, you can throw Dengar in there. Bosk, Jango Fett himself, Jango and Boba Fett, they kind of go hand in hand. Even the Mandalorian's technically a bounty hunter. Yeah, and that's how that one ends. But Cloud City, I remember Family Guy's Star Wars. They did spin-offs of the first 3 films, and they did the turn the ship around, like turn it back, and I just thought that was so funny. Like, as a kid, we used to go to Blockbuster all the time, and I'd always want to rent Family Guy Star Wars. Like, when I'd be like, Family Guy Star Wars again, like, and my dad would be like, come on, we've seen it enough times. But every time we went to Blockbuster, I wanted Family Guy Star Wars. It was so funny. That I'm not old, guys. I'm sorry, that was a corny thing to say. I hate when people say, oh, I'm old. Blockbuster, I grew up going to Blockbuster a lot. I didn't get Star Wars at Blockbuster because I had a thick kind of like box of the movies, so I didn't have to worry about that. Of the first 3, I had them on the VHS. It's like a gold Darth Vader, like it had Darth Vader on it, but it was split by 3 movies, and you just pull it out and you watch the movies. I had it on VHS. Super cool. One of my core memories of my childhood growing up was that box. I remember it as crystal clear to this day. I used to just stare at it because it's sitting right below my VHS player, and I'd watch it. My dad got it for me, and I'd watch it. So, and then that moves into Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi was at one point my favorite Star Wars film, and I'm sure it still is. It's a great movie. It just, I don't know, there's something missing. Like, it's not something missing, it just doesn't catch me anymore as it used to. Like, obviously I love the Ewoks. I love when they go to Jabba's palace and they fight on the barge over the Sarlacc pit. Like, that is so cool, the Sarlacc pit. Like, and Orlando goes, just a little higher, just a little higher. And he, like, has to get the tentacle off his foot. Yeah, that movie's great because it shows Luke finishing his training on Dagobah, like little tiny bit. Yoda, passes away. Force Ghost come back. Obi-Wan. Force Ghost come back. So Obi-Wan tells him that Leia's his sister. Like, okay, could have used that 2 movies ago. Tell him it's his sister, because then there's the whole plot in Endor where Han's like, you like him? And it's like, no, he's my brother. And then Luke goes off, fights Vader. Okay, Luke Skywalker gotta be the most feared man in the galaxy. You walk into a room with the Emperor and Darth Vader, and you walk out dragging Darth Vader on your, like, are you kidding me? Like, you know how feared you gotta be, and that's why in the Ahsoka. That's why in Ahsoka, I can't remember his name, the blue guy, the general. I can't remember his name, but that's why he's so afraid when he hears, like, she knows Luke Skywalker. Like, just, God, I can't wait for them to, like, cross over, like, Mandalorian. I mean, like, fully cross over, and, like, they all come together at some point, and they take a Thrawn. They take down Thrawn. I can't wait because you have, like, Ezra, Sabine. I can't stand her in the live action show. I forget the girl. But you got Zeb. He's like on another planet. You see like a little cameo in Andor, I think, either Andor or Mandalorian. He's a little cameo. They're gonna cross over with Ahsoka, the Mandalorian, Grogu, all the I can't wait for that. Just, they're coming out with a movie too, the Mandalorian and Grogu. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna talk Phantom Menace. Growing up, I liked it a little bit. Then I hated it because I fell for the internet. And then I got re-released for the 20th anniversary. Went and saw that. Oh my God. Why was that movie so hated? I get Jar Jar. I get hating Jar Jar. I don't even hate Jar Jar that much. Like, just move on. Like, just move on. Move past it. Who cares? Sorry about that. I went and saw it with my brother, and we were like, oh my, like, why is this movie so hated? It's a great Star Wars movie. Like, it's the Phantom Menace. Duel of the Fates. Whoever wins, Duel of the Fates, because if Obi-Wan lives, and he did, he trains Anakin. If Qui-Gon lives, he trains Anakin. Duel of the Fates, you get 2, like, different outcomes that could happen, and obviously the fate that we got was the one that led Anakin to the dark side. The Phantom Menace is great. I mean, I have gained a new understanding of that movie and a new respect for it. Attack of the Clones, we'll just skip to Geonosis. The Camino. Camino is pretty cool. I like Camino a lot. Again, cold, rainy kind of area. You meet the clones, which leads into the Clone Wars. Oh, the Clone Wars is an amazing TV show. I mean, Umanara, not Umanara, but when they go, Bang Krell, whatever his name is, when he starts turning on the clones, and the clones are like fighting back. That's one of the like best miniseries in that series was that right there. But that show is amazing from start to finish. There's no bad episodes. There's no really downer episodes. There's a couple, but it's a great show. I highly recommend you guys go watch it. care about the love at all. It's important. Yeah, does it need to be so long in the movie? No, it does not. Do we really only need to see them get married at the end? Yes. Could they have other side plots going on? Yes. Like, it could have been a little better. We knew, like, all we had to do was see the beginning. Speaking of the beginning, Sam Weasel, oh my god. That's a cool scene right there. And she sends the worms in there, and then they go and fly, and they follow her to that bar. And the Jango Fett, yeah. But all you gotta know is that scene right there. Maybe one small scene where they're together, and they're like, oh, like, you know, it shows them like they love each other. Then she cut to the wedding at the very end. You could end on the wedding, or end on the wedding, and it would be like, okay, that's fine. But George Lucas spent too much time on the romance of that, and it kind of ruined it. And that's why it's hated so much. But the clones, Geonosis, that's top 3 battles right there. Okay. And then Revenge of the Sith. Oh my god, I lied, guys. Revenge of the Sith is number 2. Empire's number 3. The opening scene for that is amazing. And part of the reason I did this video is because Revenge of the Sith. Because it's coming out in less than a month now from today. 20th anniversary. I will be there. I'll be there. I don't care. I will be there. I will sell my left index finger to be at that movie. Not a lot, but I will be at that movie. I'm so excited. Revenge of the Sith, the opening scene, chills every time. This is where the fun begins. Buzz droids, you know, all that. It's just beautifully done. The clone trooper floating through space after he exploded. Like, oh, I don't know if they ASMR, but that movie is great from start to finish. Then you got they're tracking down. They killed Dooku. They're tracking down General Grievous, and then he finds him. And hello there, General Kenobi. And then it's like that happens, and then Order 66 crushing every time, bro. And then Anakin turns. It's just like ripping my heart. Like, I expect something different every time, and it always goes the complete opposite. I mean, it's the movie. You can't change the movie, but yeah, that movie is amazing. And the ending, the battle, the fighting on Mustafar. That's the best battle in Star Wars right there. Lightsaber duel in Star Wars. It's just because it's brother versus brother, and in the end, like, you were my brother. It was like, I have brought peace, you know, the L quote, freedom, justice to my hero empire. You know, that stuff. Anakin, my allegiance is to the democracy. I see the light of John. When you are lost. All that stuff. It's over, Anakin, I have the high ground. Okay, enough of the quotes. It's a great, and then it ends obviously with Obi-Wan chopping off his legs, and he's burning his one arm too. Literally, like, he's left to nothing. Anakin's left to nothing, and then Padme dies in childbirth after Anakin was choking her and just crushed, and just Luke and Leia are born, and he's just mortified. He's like, no, and it's a perfect movie. It's number 2. Number 1, I'm gonna give you my number 1 now, because I'm gonna finish Revenge of the Sith. Luke and Leia are born, taken away to different planets, and they kind of got, now everybody has to restart because the Republic was in place fighting a war that was really like, it was a fake war. It was a real war, but it was fake because it's all set up by one guy. It was controlled by one guy. Now they gotta restart. The rebellion has to start up again, and that takes a while for it to really develop. And but ending the movies there. My number 1. I don't want this video to run too long, but my number 1 Star Wars film, The Rise of Skywalker. I said it. No, I'm just kidding. My number 1 Star Wars movie is Rogue One. Beautifully shot. Dialogue is amazing. You meet Cassian Andor. It blends right in. The ending goes right into the beginning of A New Hope. It shows least when I'm watching it. It's up. I went and saw it in my friend's Rogue. Like my friend was driving a Rogue, like the new car had just come out at the time, Rogue. His mom's Rogue, and I thought that was funny because it was for Rogue One. I love that movie to death. Like it's just an amazing film. Even the side characters are important. Like it's like Saw Gerrera. It's Star Wars. That's Star Wars before Kathleen Kennedy. Which, speaking of Kathleen Kennedy, hallelujah, thank you. She's retiring. Kathleen, no. Okay, this is embarrassing. Okay, that's embarrassing, but that's what I get for banishing Kathleen Kennedy. Anyways, she's gonna retire, so that's great. But I'm gonna end the video there. It's a little bit longer ramble. I feel like I wasn't even talking for that long, but I just get so into these things, and sometimes I feel like I talk too fast during these ASMR videos. But if I need to slow down, let me know in the comments. But I hope